welcome back to another video. Hope you have like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so whenever I upload a video you can get notified at the same time. So in today's video, what we'll be doing is consumer arithmetics, as I promised you in the previous video. So in consumer arithmetics, we'll be looking at the two topics, which is profit and loss, and also trying to find profit percentage and loss percentage. So what we're going to do now is to just get right into it and solve some profit and loss problems. So number one on the screen says a boy had a bike for 32,000 and sold it for 45,000. What was the boy's profit and percentage profit made? Now, as you would have learned in grade 10 and grade 11, that the formula for calculating profit is selling price take away cost price, and the formula for calculating profit percentage is profit over cost price times 100 over 1. So let's just go ahead and attempt this question. So we identified that the bike was sold for 45,000 and the cost price was 32,000. So what we're going to do is to take away the cost price, which is 32,000, from the selling price, which is 45,000, and the answer that we would have obtained is equal to the profit. So 45,000 take away 32,000, you're supposed to get an answer of 13,000. Hold on. So the answer that you're supposed to receive is $13,000. So since the profit that was gain is equal to 13,000, what we're going to go ahead and do is to find the profit percentage, or the percentage profit. So we are going to put 13,000 over the cost price and times it by 100 over 1. So 13,000. Guys, I'm not the best writer on the Jamboard, but I'm still trying. So 13,000 over 32,000. So when we look, we can go ahead and we can cancel these three zeros that are here, and we would have left with our 13 over 32 times 100 over 1. When we identify that we can 32 and 100 can be reduced by using 2. So let's do that. So 2 in, I'm sorry, this is, alright, so 2 into 32 goes 16 times, and 2 into 100 goes 50 times. We can further reduce. 2 into 16 goes 8 times. Wait. So 2 into 16 goes 8 times, and 2 into 50 goes 25 times, right? Now we are left with 13 over 8 times 25 over 1. We there's nothing else can be reduced, so what we're going to do is to multiply across, and then we will do our further operation. Now 13 times 25, insert that in your calculator. 13 times 25, you should receive an answer of 325. So 325 over 8. So that is basically I'm sorry. So that is basically saying 325 divided by 8. And insert that in a calculator, and the answer that you would have obtained would be equivalent to the percentage profit. So 325 divided by 8 equal to 40.60 no, not 40, but 40.625. And in this case now, since we have obtained our answer as 40.625, what we're going to do is to round to two decimal place, right? So we are going to round our 40.625 to two decimal place, because it's percentage and we don't want to just put the decimal down there. And so let's just round it to two decimal place. You don't have to round it to two decimal place, but I would recommend you to round it to two decimal place. So 40.625 round to two decimal place would have get and receive an answer of 40.63. So 40.63%, and that's our profit percentage. Moving on to the next question. Number two, my class size has increased by 35% this year. I had 20 students last year. How many do I have now? So let's go ahead and attempt this question. What we're going to do is to put, since 35% is out of 100, so 35 over 100 times 20. So what we are doing is to find 35% of 20. And that 35% of 20, we will, when we receive that answer, we'll then go ahead and add it to the 20, and the answer that we get would be how many students are in the class now. So we can go ahead and reduce 20 into 21 times, 20 into 100 5 times, and 5 into 5 1 times, and 5 into 35 goes 7 times. So we have seen that 35% of 20 is equal, wait. So we have seen that 35% of 20 is equal to 7. So what we're going to go ahead and do is to add 20 plus 7, and would have obtained an answer of 27. Okay, so how many do I have now? The amount of student that would be in the class now is 27, because the size has increased by 35 this year, 35% this year. So let's move on to our next question. Calculate the percentage loss if an item bought for 400 and sold for 364. The formula for calculating loss, if the you do the opposite. So if the formula for calculating profit is selling price take away cost price, then you would have done the opposite in order to find the formula. So the opposite is cost price take away selling price, because when you receive a loss, then the selling price would be lower, or the selling price would decrease, right? The selling price would be lower than the cost price, right? So you receive a loss. So let's go ahead and calculate the loss percentage and also the loss. The loss percentage would be loss over cost price times 100 over 1. So 400 and 364. I'm trying my best to write on this Jamboard, guys. So 400 take away 364. Let me just write this. Loss equal, and if you insert it in a calculator, 400 take away 364, you would have received an answer of 36. So 400 take away 364 would equal to 36. So the loss is equal to 36. Now, what you're going to try to find now is to calculate the loss percentage. Now, the loss percentage would be 36 over the cost price, which is 400, times 100 over 1. Oh my god, these zeros. Over 1. Now, let's go and reduce. 100 into 100 1 times, 100 into 400 4 times, 4 into 4 1 times, and 4 into 36. 4 into 36 goes 9 times. So our last percentage would equal to 9%, right? So our last percentage would be equal to, let me write this. So last percentage equal 9%. Okay. So moving on to the next, guys. Okay, so moving on to the next one. So we have, if James sell his car for 1,000 that was bought for 2,500, what is the percentage loss made on the car? So so we're going to have our 2,500. You can go ahead and work the problems in your book also to see if it's the correct answer I'm giving. So 2,500 take away 1,000. Let me write this right here. Loss equal, loss equal to, so 2,500 take away 1,000 would equal to 1,500. Okay. What we are going to go ahead to and do is to put 1,500. So we are going to calculate the last percentage. So 1,500 over the cost price, which is the car was bought for 2,500. The car was sold for 1,000. So 2,500, which is the cost price, times 100. Oh god, this is so hard to write, and guys, times 100 over 1. These two zeros are cancelled, these two zeros are cancelled, so we are left with 15 over 25 times 100 over 1. 25 into 25, 1 times 25 into 100 equal 4 times, and we are going to go ahead and calculate 15 times 4. Put it in a calculator. 15 times 4 or 4 times 15. So 15 times 4, giving you 3 seconds to calculate. Okay, so 15 times 4 equal to 60, and therefore the last percentage would be 60%. Let me just write this on the screen. So the last percentage equal 60%. And there you go, guys. It's the end of the video. You would have learned how to calculate profit and loss, and also loss percentage and profit percentage. Thank you, guys, and please, I'm asking you guys to just share this video to your friends and family who are facing challenges in doing these mathematics, and hope you have learned some